You watch those slick AI demos on YouTube.
Oh, they look like pure, unfiltered magic.
Right. A perfectly clean input magically creates a flawless output.
But then you open your laptop to actually work.
Yeah. The reality hits you hard. Real work is undeniably aggressively messy.
It really is.
Welcome to this deep dive into the real world. Today, we're exploring something called the OpenClaw Manifesto.
It is a fascinating manual for engineering intelligent workflows.
Our mission today is simple. We want to look right past the viral hype. We are breaking down what OpenClaw actually does for you.
Because for a long time, it just felt like a flashy toy. People posted wild screenshots for cheap social media engagement.
Yeah, but that superficial hype phase is finally over. Now serious people use it to execute complicated business operations.
To start, we really need to understand the fundamental shift here. OpenClaw is not just another simple chatbot answering questions. It is a powerful open-source AI agent environment. It connects directly to your tools and your raw data.
So it actually reaches out and touches your systems.
Exactly. It is built specifically to handle an agentic workflow.
Let us define that. An agentic workflow is AI taking multiple steps to finish a messy goal.
Right. Most standard automation tools only handle simple, fixed workflows. But real business problems are rarely that perfectly fixed.
They really aren't.
Emails require subtle context. Research requires actual human-like judgment. Following up on a project requires making actual decisions.
I like to think about standard automation like a train. It runs strictly on a perfectly fixed metal track.
Right, moves forward only when conditions are absolutely perfect.
If a branch falls on the track, the train stops completely. But OpenClaw operates more like a rugged off-road vehicle.
Oh, I like that analogy.
It reads the complex context of your changing terrain. It steers around the fallen branches automatically. It actively uses different tools to reach the final destination.
Yeah, it might check your email, then read your CRM. It intelligently adapts when it encounters unexpected software obstacles.
But that adaptability raises a very serious architectural question. If it is making its own decisions, how does it know what good looks like?
Well, you have to give it a highly specific role. It requires very strict, unbreakable operational rules.
You essentially program its judgment.
Exactly. You also give it strictly controlled access to specific tools. It only knows what good is based on your instructions.
So it relies completely on the guardrails we build.
Precisely. Without those guardrails, the off-road vehicle just drives off a cliff.
Since OpenClaw excels at navigating those incredibly messy contexts, let us start with the messiest part of your day.
Oh, absolutely.
We are looking directly at your personal inbox and schedule. Most people struggle because their crucial information is completely scattered.
It is everywhere. A critical task lives in one specific app. A burning deadline sits somewhere completely different.
OpenClaw acts as a central brain for that scattered chaos.
Yeah, it connects to your calendar and reads your messy tasks. But here is where the reasoning engine really kicks in.
It doesn't just list them alphabetically.
No, it reads the context of each individual task. It scores them based on relative urgency and strategic importance.
Then it completely time blocks your calendar to protect your focus.
It can even generate a personalized morning briefing for you. It cures the modern disease of scattered, disorganized work.
It stops you from constantly switching contexts and losing momentum. Meetings are usually another massive point of daily failure.
Oh, the worst. People talk through brilliant, highly complex ideas together.
But then the post-meeting follow-up gets incredibly messy. Someone inevitably forgets a crucial task, or they completely miss a major project deadline.
OpenClaw actually takes your raw, unstructured meeting transcript. It does not just provide a generic summary of the chat.
It reads between the lines to extract very clear action items. It looks for commitments people made verbally.
Right, and it assigns specific owners to those extracted tasks. It even suggests logical due dates based on the project context.
You get immediate ROI because it fixes those follow-up failures.
Exactly. Nobody has to manually rewatch the call to find their tasks. Let us look at inbox triage next.
Email eats up your valuable mental energy every single day.
It really does. OpenClaw can summarize long, painful email threads instantly. It flags the truly urgent items requiring your attention.
It filters out the low-priority noise that distracts you. It can even draft potential replies for your final approval.
But We need to talk about the massive risk here. You face a very serious security threat in this area.
Security is always the catch.
You must constantly beware of prompt injection.
Yeah.
That is a trick making the AI ignore its original instructions.
Wait, hold on. That sounds incredibly dangerous for a small business owner. If I give it access to my email, a malicious email could completely hijack my automated workflow.
Yes, it could.
Someone could just email my AI and tell it to send them passwords.
Yeah, which is exactly why you cannot give it full autonomy. You have to sandbox the entire system from day one.
Isn't giving an AI access to your email a massive security risk?
Yes, which is why it must be sandboxed and permission controlled from day one. You should start strictly in read-only mode for your safety.
Then you cautiously move into draft-only mode for outbound replies.
Exactly. You never expose your sensitive credentials inside these workflows. That is how you avoid turning a tool into a liability.
Keep it strictly restricted to drafts and read-only mode.
Precisely. Trust the reasoning, but verify the execution.
Once you successfully reclaim your personal time from the chaos, you can use that new leverage to actually grow your business.
This is where it gets fun. Let us talk about aggressive lead generation and CRM automation.
Imagine you were looking for potential wedding venues in Seattle. Older tools would just scrape a generic business directory.
Right, but OpenClaw actively searches the web with real intent. It actually reads through multiple websites like a human researcher.
It reads the About Us page to find actual decision makers. It reads the FAQ page to find the venue capacity.
It takes that incredibly messy, unstructured website text. It extracts the specific data points you actually need.
It enriches that raw data with verified contact details.
Then it seamlessly pushes everything directly into your CRM platform. It categorizes them intelligently based on venue size and budget.
It essentially compresses hours of tedious prospecting into a single pipeline.
This saves growth teams a truly staggering amount of manual labor. You can also use this leverage to build a content engine.
Growth teams constantly research topics and write multiple drafts. They rewrite the exact same idea for 5 different platforms.
Yeah, this is highly repetitive and drains a team's creative energy. OpenClaw can take over that massive research burden entirely.
It researches your target audience and identifies specific pain points. It reads through competitor blogs to find missing industry gaps.
It writes engaging content hooks based entirely on that research. Then it repurposes one core idea across several digital platforms.
It generates tailored text for TikTok, Instagram, and blog posts. It adjusts the specific tone perfectly for each individual channel.
But there is a crucial detail you must completely understand here. If your research prompt is shallow, your content is generic.
The AI only thinks as deeply as you force it to.
Exactly. Quality control remains absolutely mandatory for this to succeed. Your specific brand voice must be clearly defined inside the instructions.
Otherwise, your marketing material sounds flat, robotic, and totally uninspired. You have to teach it exactly how your brand sounds.
Spot on.
Does this mean the internet is about to drown in generic spam?
Only if the human's research prompts are lazy. Good research yields good hooks.
Garbage research in means garbage content out. Mid-roll sponsor break. Sponsor. Growth is fantastic, but it always brings operational drag.
Always. More clients mean more paperwork, more emails, or more friction.
Let us look at the highly profitable, unglamorous automations now. These are the invisible tasks that keep a business running smoothly.
They do not look exciting in a demo video, but they stack up incredibly fast in the real world.
OpenClaw actively removes a massive amount of this invisible friction.
Think about moving a prospect through your CRM pipeline. Normally you read an email that says, let's move forward.
Then you open another tab, find the contact, and update the status.
Right. OpenClaw simply reads that casual email and detects the intent. It automatically moves them to the next stage in your CRM.
It pulls your daily KPI reports without any human intervention. It even sorts your messy digital receipts for the accounting department.
Proposal generation is another area where service teams waste hours.
You finish a great sales call with a new prospect, but all the crucial details are spread across messy meeting notes.
OpenClaw actually reads those messy notes to understand the context. It pulls the client's specific pain points directly from the text.
It identifies their timeline, scope, and casual budget signals. It matches those specific needs with your internal service documents.
Then it neatly maps everything into a clean, professional PDF proposal. This vastly improves turnaround time and keeps sales messaging perfectly consistent.
It does the heavy lifting of connecting the dots.
Consider customer support escalation as another genuinely brilliant use case. Support work is full of highly repetitive manual triage decisions.
OpenClaw acts as an intelligent triage agent for incoming tickets. It reads the angry email and classifies the exact issue type.
It automatically checks your internal help documents for a solution. It drafts a helpful, accurate reply for easily solved problems.
But here's where the actual reasoning engine shines.
Exactly. It intelligently escalates complex issues, like billing disputes, to a human. It knows when a situation requires genuine human empathy.
It updates the help desk with tags and a concise summary. Why do we let these tiny admin tasks pile up in the first place?
Because they are repetitive and mentally draining, which creates operational drag over time.
Small, repetitive tasks drain energy. AI removes that friction.
That is the whole point.
With our basic operations successfully locked in, we can escalate. We can finally look at the actual sci-fi setups.
This is where OpenClaw truly flexes its massive computational muscles.
Imagine waking up to a central voice briefing every morning. OpenClaw synthesizes your tasks, deadlines, and crucial project updates.
It delivers this as one clear, actionable voice update. It acts like a true mission control dashboard for your day.
It actively routes different jobs to different AI models based on necessity. It sends creative tasks to one model and math to another.
The absolute wildest use case is building multi-agent teams. You are no longer dealing with a single AI completing tasks.
You create an orchestrator agent to watch your incoming work.
This orchestrator acts like a digital project manager. It logically routes work to specialized agents in your system.
You might have a dedicated researcher agent and a writer agent.
The researcher agent scours the internet for fresh industry data. It drops that specific data into a shared digital folder.
The writer agent picks it up, then drafts a weekly newsletter. Then an editor agent reviews it for tone and factual accuracy.
All automatically.
Whoa! Beat die. Imagine multiple agents claiming tasks and reviewing each other's work in the background.
It is wild to watch.
They collaborate silently while you focus entirely on higher strategy. They're literally passing digital files back and forth.
Right. It starts to feel like a real operating system.
Yeah.
It acts as a massive force multiplier for your daily execution.
But we must be very careful with our phrasing here. It is not magically replacing human strategy or creative direction.
Definitely not. It replaces the repetitive execution layer of the business. You still have to point the machine in the right direction.
When agents are assigning each other work, how do you stop them from overlapping?
You have to build them one by one. Each needs a strictly defined role and shared workspace.
Strictly defined roles prevent agents from duplicating the work.
Exactly. It requires discipline.
This all sounds absolutely incredible when you watch a demo. But what is the actual catch when rubber meets the road?
The catch is usually friction.
What happens when you deploy this into a real production environment? Because things always break when they hit reality.
The limitations are very real, and you must respect them. First, you have to carefully monitor your ongoing financial costs.
You are dealing with token costs here. That is the tiny fee paid every time AI processes a word.
Agentic workflows burn through those tokens incredibly fast when unchecked. An agent might get stuck in a loop and drain your budget.
You will also discover that external software APIs break constantly.
All the time. A tiny update to your CRM could shatter your perfectly engineered workflow.
Troubleshooting these dynamic workflows can become an absolute nightmare fast. When a complex workflow fails, it is rarely obvious why.
Right. Was it a badly worded prompt? Or did the tool fail? Maybe the internal routing logic just broke down completely?
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself. Prompts that worked beautifully last month slowly degrade over time.
Happens to everyone.
The AI model gets updated, and suddenly my workflow acts differently. It loses its sharp focus and returns slightly worse results.
It requires constant gardening and maintenance to keep it working.
Exactly, which brings us to a very important tool comparison. People constantly ask about OpenClaw versus older tools like Zapier.
Yeah, and this is not a brutal cage fight where one tool wins. Zapier and Make are built for stable, simple A-to-B automations.
They are perfect for simply syncing data records between two databases. They are rigid, predictable, and incredibly reliable for simple pipes.
OpenClaw is for dynamic tasks requiring deep reasoning and active flexibility. The smartest operators actually use both systems together harmoniously.
They use Zapier to move the data securely. They use OpenClaw to actually think about the data.
That is the perfect stack.
If I just need to move form data to a spreadsheet, which do I use?
Stick with Zapier or Make. They are easier to deploy and debug for simple tasks.
Use OpenClaw for reasoning. Zapier for simple stability.
Exactly. Let us summarize the core philosophy of these dense source materials.
Please do.
OpenClaw is a powerful force multiplier for messy, complex work. It is definitely not a magic wand that replaces human intelligence.
The smartest move you can make today is starting incredibly small. Build one single workflow and conclusively prove it saves time.
Validate the output quality at every single step of the process. Then you can add complexity very slowly over a long period.
You must keep humans in the loop where trust truly matters. Never automate something you do not fully understand yourself.
That is the golden rule.
I want to leave you with one deep, lingering question today. Think back to that messy reality of actual work we discussed. If you successfully build a system that handles 80% of your daily execution and repetitive decision-making, 2-sec silence, what exactly does your human job description become a year from now?
Now that is a big question.
Thank you for taking this deep dive with us today. Stay curious, build your system slowly, and keep questioning the viral hype. Outro music.